just kind of going through my mind about these questions and stuff, especially with the Cowboys coming up and all that, with the way they're playing. You know, they got all these AFC South games coming up against teams you should, probably beat. And so, but I had some questions along the way I wanted to get to you guys. I know here we are watching the game, but I'll do my best to make you think about it a little bit. Chief, I'll start with you on this one. Which move would you like the best of adding, Tyron Smith or Odell Beckham to the lineup?
Ooh, if you promised me that Tyron Smith was going to be completely healthy all the way, I might go Tyron Smith, but I think you've done a really nice job with this offensive line as it is right now, and I know they have some struggles there. It's not perfect, but I think it is plenty good enough, and adding another dynamic weapon like OBJ, I think OBJ ends up being able to help you more this season. And it has to do with a lot of things, but especially, is Tyron Smith going to play more than a couple of games and then go back down with another random injury?
How about you, Zach?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're okay right now on the offensive line. I think getting Tyron is certainly a boost, and he can be an improvement, but your offensive line hasn't given up a sack in 2 games. Tyler is coming off of a game in which he struggled. I thought Thibodeau was really good, but give me Odell Beckham Jr., and I get the question marks of how quickly will he be able to help you, but I just think he's a big-time player in the postseason that will just find a way to come up with a big play for you, and this is a team that is going to need that. So I'll just take my chances with a guy like OBJ.
Gavin, you got a thought on that one?
Yeah, I want to go Tyron Smith because of how poor Tyler has been in pass protection. I really had Dak under fire against the Giants a little bit too much for my liking, but I just don't think Tyron is going to stay healthy. And I'm hoping that he can. I'm excited about his return and the possibility that he could, but chances are Odell Beckham Jr. will be able to help you more.
I kind of feel the same way about Beckham. I was like, if you had Beckham, I think on that 4th and 3 play against Green Bay, you might have had a better play. You might have had a better opportunity. You might have been able to keep the ball. I think there's going to be some games where, with Odell, it's going to be, maybe it's not going to be 10 or 11 targets, but it'll be 4 or 5 targets a game. And I think those 4 or 5 targets he gets a game, I think are going to be difference-making kind of targets. First downs, keep the chains moving kind of a thing. I just feel like, and down the red zone too, he's got to go get the football. He's hard to stop down on the goal line because the way he's able to release, and you just got to hope that his knee checks out. And I need to get that when they're going to bring him in to check that knee out. I think the Giants are first
Monday.
For sure.
Cowboys will be Monday.
For sure. Okay. Well, I was going to see from talking to the doctors and stuff what that was all about, but okay.
So do you feel like the Cowboys, do you trust the O-line depth more so than the wide receiver depth? Like, you feel like you could overcome a Tyler Smith injury or
that's what you get Jason Peters for.
Right.
I mean, that's the Jason Peters thing to me is that's why I kind of asked this question, just because if something happens, I don't know, would you put Tyler Smith back out at tackle if in fact that something happened to Smith again?
To Tyron
Smith, yeah.
I would.
Yeah, I think you should. I think you should start looking at it right now. I see what Peters can do at tackle and Tyler Smith at left guard now.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. All right, how about this one, Zach? To advance in the playoffs, you're going to have to probably beat one of these teams: Tampa Bay, San Francisco, or Philadelphia. Put them in order of how you would like to face them.
Tampa, Philly, San Fran would be my order. I don't love the idea of having to play the Bucs, but they're the worst team of the 3 overall right now. I mean, hell, they just lost in overtime to the Browns on the road. You have the same fear of when the Cowboys played the Packers, where it's like, here's a quarterback that you've struggled to beat in your history. Is he going to play his best football against you? And, well, Aaron Rodgers did find a way to play his best football that he has all season long against the Cowboys. So you have that fear against the Bucs, but they're the worst team of the 3. I think the Eagles. You match up better against the Eagles than you do against the Niners. I think the Niners present more matchup problems for the Cowboys than the Eagles do.
I co-sign everything he just said. It's weird. I'd rather see Tom Brady than Jalen Hurts and Jimmy Garoppolo, but it has more to do with the supporting cast of Jimmy G on both sides of the ball and Jalen Hurts on both sides of the ball. And to me, it's just Tom Brady, and he's not getting much help right now. So I would have it the same way. I'd rather see Brady than I'd rather see Hurts than I'd rather see the Niners.
Yeah, I can't disagree with anything they said. You know, if it was close, I would prefer to face Philadelphia, but I think Tampa is just a shell of what it used to be. And I feel like I can win a lot of those matchups. The Aaron Rodgers thing was weird, but that was just a bizarre series of events. And I don't think the Cowboys would have a bad game plan again against Tampa. It sucks though. You know, I think clearly you don't want to face San Francisco, their ability to defend and run, but now Jalen Hurts 150-yard game. You know, either way to beat one of those two teams, you're going to need to run Dak. You're going to need to take advantage of these opportunities and pick up an extra handful of first downs throughout the game in order to get it done. And I just hope the Cowboys are prepared to do it. I think you could beat Tampa by just playing a clean game. You don't have to do anything extra. Just don't screw it up. You got Tampa.
Kind of felt like that maybe I might have put Philadelphia first. I feel like you maybe, and I know it's Hurts and all that, but even with a backup quarterback and three turnovers, you seem like you were okay matched up with them. I do worry about Tom Brady finding something. You know, playoffs roll around, all of a sudden it's like it's on the road.
Yep.
We were down. Now he didn't get it done the other day. You know, when it came down to the 2-minute drive that they had to go win, they lost in overtime, but. There was a side of me that thought about putting Philadelphia first, just kind of feeling about that. You know, I know they got a lot of great players over there. All right, Gavin, in the month of December, it will be the offense that carries this team. In the month of December, it'll be the offense that carries this team.
I think the defense is still going to be a big part of how you win, but the offense will carry the team more than at any point up until this season. Let me look at the Cowboys' schedule real quick. Can you give me the teams in the month of December? What is it? The AFC teams?
AFC South.
And Philadelphia?
Right.
And then the Titans. Okay, so you got all four of them plus the Eagles here inside the month of December. No, I still think the defense can dictate victories against all these teams. But the offense will have an opportunity to win these games as well.
Zach?
Defense, I think. I think ultimately that's that's probably going to be it. And ultimately, I think the defense kind of hurt you a little bit in the playoffs last year. But I think the pass rush is what makes the difference. Like, how many times have we seen a hot pass rush? You go back to that Giants team. The Bucs got hot with their pass rush, able to get to the Super Bowl. Like, you're going to need your offense to make plays for you. There's no doubt about it. But I think if their defense can really get dominant at the right time. Like, even the Niners last year, it wasn't their offense that necessarily got them to that conference championship game. Their defense was elite against the Packers. They didn't even score an offensive touchdown. I think the Cowboys' defense needs to be awesome.
Eric?
I think when you look at some of the advanced stuff, you'll see that the offenses that you're going to be playing against the rest of the way are pretty much the second easiest offensive opponents the rest of the way, outside of what the Chargers are going to get to face. So I think your defense is going to be better set up for it. But the Cowboys are in a great place right now where both sides of the ball are just freaking clicking, man.